The notification appeared on Evan Cross's datapad at exactly 600 hours, jolting him awake with its insistent chime. He rubbed his eyes and squinted at the message from the Galactic Inheritance Bureau. His great-uncle Marcus, a man he'd met only twice in his childhood, had died and left him something unexpected, a derelict cargo vessel currently orbiting Neptune's fourth moon. 3 weeks later, Evan stood in the airlock of the Meridian's Hope, breathing recycled air that tasted of rust and abandonment. The ship was a relic from humanity's early expansion period, her hull scarred by decades of micrometeorite impacts and solar radiation. According to the manifests, she'd been decommissioned 15 years ago. "Hello?" Evan's voice echoed through the empty corridors. Emergency lighting strips flickered to life as he moved deeper into the vessel, casting everything in an eerie amber glow. He found the robot in the engineering bay. It stood motionless in the corner, covered in a fine layer of dust, its optical sensors dark. The designation plate on its chest read R-17 Maintenance Unit. Someone had scratched a name below it in crude lettering, Arvin. Evan approached cautiously. R-17 units were common enough, reliable, simple machines designed for basic ship maintenance. This one looked ancient, its metal frame dented and patched in dozens of places. "Let's see if you still work," Evan muttered, locating the manual activation switch on the robot's back. With a grinding whir, R-17's optical sensors flared to life. The robot's head swiveled toward Evan with mechanical precision. "Greetings," the robot said in a voice that crackled with static.
"I am R-17 designation Arvin. You are not Marcus Cross. Marcus was my great-uncle."
He passed away. "I'm Evan Cross. I've inherited the ship." Arvin's sensors dimmed momentarily, processing this information. "Marcus Cross deceased. Acknowledged. You are now registered as primary owner of vessel Meridian's Hope." The robot paused. "I have been waiting 47 years, 3 months, and 16 days to deliver my message." Evan blinked. "Message? What message?" "Marcus Cross instructed me to remain dormant until his death or until 50 years had passed, whichever came first. The message is for his heir." Arvin's chassis began to vibrate, and a seam appeared along the robot's torso that Evan hadn't noticed before. "The message is encoded within my central processing unit. However, extraction requires human authorization and biological verification." "Biological verification? Place your hand on my chest plate." Evan hesitated, then pressed his palm against the cool metal. A brief warmth spread across his skin, a scanner analyzing his DNA. After a moment, the chest plate split open with a hiss of pressurized gas. Inside, where circuit boards and processing cores should have been, lay a small crystalline data core pulsing with soft blue light. But surrounding it, carefully packed in preservation foam, were 3 objects that made Evan's breath catch: a handwritten letter, a physical photograph, and what looked like a star chart etched onto a thin sheet of platinum. "What is this?" Evan whispered, carefully extracting the items. "Marcus Cross was part of the first contact team," Arvin explained. "In 2247, 30 years before humanity officially met the Veltrax Confederation, your great-uncle's exploratory vessel encountered an alien probe. The encounter was classified, buried, erased from all official records." Evan unfolded the letter with trembling hands. His great-uncle's handwriting was jagged but readable. "Evan, if you're reading this, then the secret has remained hidden as I intended. The Veltrax told humanity that they discovered us. That's a lie. We found them first. And what we discovered would have changed everything. But the corporations and governments decided fear was more profitable than truth." Evan looked up at Arvin. What did he discover? The robot's optical sensors brightened. The alien probe contained proof that the Veltrax Confederation had been observing Earth for centuries, waiting for humanity to develop faster-than-light travel. When Marcus Cross discovered this, he also found evidence of something else, a network of ancient waypoints leading to a region of space the Veltrax had declared forbidden. Arvin's manipulator arms unfolded, taking the platinum star chart from Evan's hands and projecting a holographic display into the air. Dozens of star systems lit up, forming a path that stretched beyond known space. The Veltrax feared what lay in that region, Arvin continued, but Marcus Cross believed it was humanity's destiny to explore it. He was prevented from sharing this information publicly, threatened with charges of treason and endangering Earth's fragile alliance with the Confederation. So he hid it. In you. Evan stared at the holographic map, his mind racing. Correct. I am not merely a maintenance robot, Evan Cross. My chassis was designed to be unremarkable, overlooked. But my core processors contain 47 years of observations, encrypted files and navigation data that the Galactic Confederation would destroy if they knew it existed. Evan's hands clenched into fists. This was bigger than an inheritance. This was a responsibility and an opportunity. Humanity had always been told where they could and couldn't go, treated like children by the older races of the Confederation. But his great-uncle had discovered that humans had found the Veltrax first, that humanity's curiosity and courage had taken them places the so-called superior races feared to tread. The ship. Evan said slowly, is she functional? The Meridian's Hope requires repairs, but she is spaceworthy. Marcus Cross maintained her specifically for this purpose. Evan looked around the engineering bay, then back at the holographic star chart glowing before him. Every point of light represented a step into the unknown, into the forbidden. The Confederation would call it reckless. They would say humanity wasn't ready. But that was exactly what made humans different. Humans didn't wait for permission to reach for the stars. Arvin, Evan said, a grin spreading across his face. How long until we can get this ship running at full capacity? The robot's optical sensors pulsed with what might have been approval. With your assistance, approximately 72 hours. Do you intend to follow the waypoints, Evan Cross? Evan picked up the photograph. A young Marcus Cross standing beside a younger version of Arvin, both framed against an alien sky humanity had never seen. My great-uncle spent his life protecting this secret, Evan said quietly, not to keep it hidden forever, but to wait for the right person to carry it forward. I think it's time humanity stopped asking for permission and started making our own path. A very human decision, Arvin noted. Damn right it is. Evan carefully stored the precious items and turned toward the cockpit. Let's get to work. We've got a lot of forbidden space to explore. Behind him, Arvin's processors hummed with renewed purpose. After 47 years of waiting, the secret was finally free. And humanity, as always, was ready to prove that no frontier was truly forbidden. Not to those brave enough to cross it. The Meridian's Hope might have been deserted and forgotten, but in the hands of Evan Cross and the faithful robot who'd guarded its secrets, she was about to become something far more important. A testament to human curiosity, courage, and the unshakable belief that the universe belonged to those bold enough to explore it.